Alright guys, Craftsman DLT 3000. It's got a 42-inch deck on it. The customer complaint was that it smelt burning rubber and wanted to make sure everything was okay with the deck. So I took the deck off, and upon the first examination, you check the idlers. This one here spins freely. This one here is locked up. So I gotta take that apart and see what's going on with that. So let me get some tools and I'll be right back. Okay guys, this is a Craftsman, and most of the time the serial number's under the seat, model number. So we look at that model number, it's a 917-275-810, and you can tell by the 917 that it's AYP Husqvarna. That's what 917 means. Going through the parts list, it transfers to a deck belt of a 532-144-959. When they went to Husky part numbers, they changed it to 532. Before that, the Sears part number would just be 144959. So you can look it up either way. Both of them will give you the same part number, same belt. All right, let's put this in the tripod here, and let's see if we can get that idler off and see what's going on. Trusty Milwaukee half-inch impact, which I love. And that looks like a 9/16. Maybe 5/8. Yeah, 9/16. A little loose. Sometimes it's metric. You don't want to round out the nut. Yeah, see, that's tighter. So it's actually 14 millimeter. I love this gun. All right. Still had paint on it, so I'm assuming it's the original pulley. So take that off. Take that up off. Oh yeah, that sucker is locked. Oh my God, that bearing is absolutely toast. So what I'm gonna do, this guy wants to cut his grass today, so I'm going to take the seals off, see if I can clean out the bearing, re-lube it, put it back together, just to get him going until I can get a new pulley, because I'm sure the pulley's not on the shelf. So let me get all that set up, and then I'll be right back with you guys. All right. Normally you just go out, buy another pulley, but since this guy wants to use it today, I'm going to see if I can take the seals off, clean out the bearing, and reinstall it. So I'm surprised with seals and all that this thing still did what it did. Actually, you know what? Yeah, the seal's toast. There's nothing left of the lip seal. The lip seal is dead. Yeah, it's crumpling. So while I can probably get it functional and running, yeah, these seals, they're garbage. The rubber is brittle, it's falling right off. You can see the balls in there and all the garbage. There's junk, there's dirt, there's everything else in there. All kinds of dirt and grit and everything else. Now, could I clean it and get it going? Yeah, probably. But at this point, he's going to need the new pulley. So with these, you can't just replace the bearing, because if you notice, these are actually crimped around the bearing, and then they're spot welded. So the bearing, you can't take it out and put it back in. So it's going to need a whole new idler assembly. So I'll look up that 917 number online. I'll find out what this is. I'll order one, and we'll get them back in business. All right, as soon as that pulley comes in, we'll be back with you. All right, guys, we're back on the Craftsman tractor with the pulleys. Gotta replace the 2 pulleys in the belt. All right, got my trusty Milwaukee that I love. Now, one thing to keep in mind, guys, you've got 2 different pulleys on here, the two idler pulleys. Now, if you notice, this one about 1/8 of an inch wider than this is, an 1/8 of an inch wider than this one, and the reason being, this one is further forward, and this is captured a little better. So this one, when the belt goes up and down with the deck, as the deck goes up and down with your adjustment, it has a lot more travel, so they make it a little bit wider. So make sure you put the right one on the right stud, because if you put that one over here and this one over here, the belt might ride up and hit the top and start to burn or melt or whatever. So make sure you got the right one on the right one. There are 2 different ones on this deck. So I have the belt. So on this 42-inch Husqvarna deck, belt number 145-82445. The one he has on there, it's old. It looks like it's pretty worn. The brake shoes you can just take off. That's no big deal to get it off. Let's see. I'll take the cover off eventually to do it right. In this case, it's got nice spring-loaded guides, so the belt you can take off and not have to worry about taking the pulleys off if you ever change the belt. So that's a good feature. Okay, let's see what size we got on there. Nope, I think we got 9/16. Let me check. All right. Yep, 9/16. So, based on the belt diagram, that's shown here. All right, the belt comes around, goes on here, and comes back out. So I'll start that before I tighten the belt. See if I can just pry back the cover. We'll get to that after. Alright. So the belt goes in there like that. Actually, no it doesn't. The belt comes over from the other side. We'll figure that out shortly. Let's get this tightened up. The thing is with these belts, you want to make sure you got them on the right way. So we'll take off the top. Top one's easier. Let's take off the top one. It's been a long day at work, so I'm sort of lazy today. 9/16 bolt. Make sure it's the same pulley. Yep, same pulley, same width. this works. This holds itself on. It's a shoulder screw, so you have a flange underneath to hold it. It's a long bolt because it uses the pin on top in order to fasten the cable for the engagement. Let's start that off. And if you pull on it, it'll make sure you have everything there. Everything's in place. Okay. Everything's in place. Everything's tight. Alright, this one here. We can start routing the belt. Pull back on the brake shoe so we can get the belt in. Okay, now the brake shoe is going to hold the belt in. Come back up, go around here. Alright, loosen this brake shoe. Okay, put that one in. Now this one goes in here. And that goes up to the pulley. So for this one to work, it goes behind here onto the pulley, and then it gets tightened. Alright, so let's get this pulley tightened the way it's supposed to be. That's if you have 4 hands. Okay, and that's it, guys. All right, that's the way this deck belt goes. If you want to test it, you got your brakes on, so take your brakes off. Take your brakes off. See, pulls nice and easy, nothing's in the way, so we're good. Okay, so deck's on, deck's tight. Now all we have to do is get the mower. I'll bring the mower down and then we'll start filming again. Hope you saw some of that. All right, guys, the way this deck attaches, this cable is your engagement cable. Alright, and that engagement cable, this part here goes through over here, and you put a hitch pin in to hold it. The spring itself goes over this. You put a washer and a quick pin, and that's what holds your engagement lever. Okay? Then you've got your 2 rods for your front adjustment that go in here. Again, just quick pins in there. I like to put washers as well. And then your 2 hangers, there's 1, 2. You have the linkage coming down, you just put them on, put the quick pins in, good to go. So I'm going to attach it real quick, then I'll go back with the camera and show you the different attaching points. Okay, there's a cable going through with the pin, then you'll see the washer to hold the pin, or to hold the spring up, and you see the spring and the pin on the front. All right, Now I just have to attach the hanger points. Okay, now I can show you all the mounting points. You have the front bars, there's 2 of them. They come up front, and you have the pin right there. You have the hanger right there that comes up and down from your adjustment handle. Is your hanger, so you put those in. Go to the other side. You have another front bar which tilts the front end up and down. You have another hanger which is right there. But then you also have this back locator. I call it a track bar. It keeps it from going left to right. So you have the track bar, that's 1. Your up and down hangers, that's 2, 3. Your front bars, 4, 5. And then you got the one that went on the spring, 6, 7, for your spring for your engagement cable. So that's it, 7 points. You adjust it. Now let's see if she'll work without smoking and without causing a lot of ruckus. This is the main part. This is the one where, as a small engine mechanic, you start doing this stuff and the proof's in the pudding. All right, so let's disengage. Let's start her up. Then I'm going to engage the blade for a few seconds. Make sure there's no rubbing or smoking. And then we'll go from there. Questions, comments, suggestions, anything about this video, let me know. Hit the like button if you liked it. If not, hit the not like. Subscribe if you want to. Hit the